Now, what comes to your mind the moment you think about Dale Steyn?
I mean, aggression, pace, match-winning ability. He's got it all. And I think someone like Dale Steyn, when you look back in history, he's one of those bowlers who will be remembered. Like there's a generation of people who talk about Malcolm Marshall or
Dennis Lillee
and stuff. And I think our generation of players who's played a lot of our cricket with Dale Steyn, or the young generation that's watched him bowl, will talk about him long after he's actually finished playing. He's been a wicket-taking bowler, and I think that's been the great advantage that South Africa has had. They've had a wicket-taking bowler, someone who's been able to take wickets with the new ball because he swings the ball away at pace, which is fantastic. And he's mastered the art of reverse swing as well. So when the ball starts reverse swing, he has the ability to bring the ball back in and hit the stumps or hit the pads. So he is a wicket taker. It reflects in his strike rates. It reflects in his averages. And I think more importantly, just the impact that he has and the aggression that he brings into that South African side. When you're up against someone like a Dale Steyn, you're in for a contest because he's going to come hard at you. And at stages in his career, maybe not so much now, but at stages in his career, he was as quick as anyone I've ever played.
So real strength would be what? Pace in the air or off the pitch, movement, close to the stumps, the run-up, the athleticism. What is his one real strength?
I think it would be, pace, swing, and the length that
pace
he bowls.
In the air? You feel that when you're batting against him, the ball arrives quickly in the air?
It does hurry you up. It does swing, and it swings late because of, the speed that he bowls it at. And also the length that he bowls. And he has that ability to pitch the ball up. He's consistently looking to pitch the ball up, which is, I think, a great strength. And if you have that kind of pace, then you're able to do that. He has a mean bouncer as well. So he's got all the skills, other than probably not having an in-swinger. The ball coming back in, he probably has everything that a fast bowler needs.
The thing about Steyn, when you talk about the length, it's not a South African length that he bowls. So very unique in that regard, because generally South African bowlers are guys who come and hit the deck.
Yeah, I mean, he's also slightly different in terms of his height as well. He's probably not as tall as some of the other South Africans. He's not a short man by any by any stretch of the imagination. But he's not as tall as say a Pollock is or a Donald was. So in that sense, he's been forced, I guess, to pitch the ball up. He's more a skiddy kind of bowler, if you were to sort of call him that. A similar Malcolm Marshall kind of bowler of our generation. Someone who pitched the ball up. Obviously, Marshall swung the ball both ways, which is probably the difference. But again, someone who I think relied more on speed and length. And there are times when, I think he's bowled his best when he's gone out there and tried to be aggressive and tried to bowl really fast and not worried about trying to bowl line and length. I think, you're in for a contest with Dale Steyn, or he's at his most dangerous when he's just looking to bowl fast and be aggressive.
And hungry for wickets, you get that feeling with him when he's got 4 or 5, you feel that he wants more because he's got 7, 8 wickets in test innings.
Yeah, I mean, he's a kind of bowler who's, when he's on a roll, he's a rhythm kind of bowler. So when he's on a rhythm, he can actually run through a side very, very quickly. And you suddenly see the speed, change from bowling 135, 137 to suddenly now bowling 145, 146. And I think that ability to sense a situation is something that allows him to, get a string of wickets when he's on a roll.
So what did you worry about as a batsman when you saw Dale Steyn coming in? Must be disconcerting when that arm comes from just over the stumps from the bowler's end, because he's pretty close to the stumps. That's what he looks to do. So
I mean, one of the things you did worry about was the fact that he could swing the ball at pace and swing it late at times. So you needed to ensure that you got forward. But sometimes the line that he swung it from as well, when he was at his best and bowling well, he would sometimes swing the ball from sort of middle and leg stump. And a couple of times he's cleanly, looking to play it down completely the wrong line.
That's a difficult ball to bowl. So many bowlers try and do that and stray onto the pads and give you some easy runs.
And he would get clipped off as well. So there were times when I saw he try that and he'd get clipped off for runs. But he had that aggressive and attacking mindset. So he was always looking to take wickets. So he wouldn't mind getting hit like that if he could still produce that Jaffa.
And did you have to worry about the bouncer, as your emphasis was always to get onto the front foot? Was the bouncer a worry with him?
It was. He's very skiddy and quick, and and not a very tall man. So it sort of
And you look to generally leave it, or because you could pull the ball?
No, I mean, I think with someone like Dale Steyn, I was always looking to leave it because he was sharp, and you never could control that. Never could control it. I never felt I was in control of the bouncer. So for me personally, I was just looking to duck or get under it. At least when the ball was new. Maybe later on you might take it on a little bit, but no, he had a very, very good bouncer. And if you tried to sort of, if he felt you were getting too much onto the front foot, he wasn't shy to use it and let you know about it.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and leave your comments in the comments section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.